And everybody sign for it, Jerry, you too. Okay, back there, back to the table real quick. Okay, and everybody got an evasive field book? Alright, you can pick that up later, because we want to get started on time. Just get your sustainable gardening book and your door prize ticket. Come on back. Again, we'll do those later. Okay, we have a wonderful lineup for you today, and we're starting with organic gardening, work here by the most famous master gardener from Precise County ever.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys can see, we're going to start, and I give you Mr. Dennis Whittle.
But you see, I think this is my place. Just a brief description of who I am, where I am. An all-American kid from the Bronx, New York City, married one wondrous farm girl almost 40 years ago, and moved. Went to undergraduate school at Knoxville University in Tennessee, and Bleed Orange. I have other degrees from Party School in Athens. We live on 10 acres. I've been organic gardening for 38, 40 years now. I've been doing it a long time. There are times when I think my wife would grew up on a vegetable farm, was actually a doctor when she was 18, but I asked her questions. But anyway, she's a cool woman, can do anything, knows where to put a piece of firewood on the split, how to haul, keep my Timex watch, no matter what happens, she just keeps on fit. And I'm organic, but I really consider myself sustainable, and I consider myself borderline. Anyway, we're going to
switch?
Yeah, you have to switch things. Tell you what, we're going to go. Do not panic. We're not going to go through this entire thing. But my assumption is that you know how to read. If you're curious, you can go ahead and read it. There's some stuff on companion gardens here toward the back. Boom. It's there if yours to read it or not.
Wait, where am I going?
You need to get back to PowerPoint. You need to go to organic MGs.
She wants light down.
That looks like a test.
Yeah, but it says that.
Oh, yeah.
I was a teacher for, taught public school for 33 years. I did the last 7 in higher ed. So that's my PowerPoint is what we look at. Okay, now if you can click. Okay. Basically, fun things coming up, of course, is the Master Gardener sale, Fall County sale earlier. MG Garden visits, tours are just going to be a little local thing they're getting put together well beyond there. My place is called Whittle Hill. First time we went there with some friends, my friend called it Whittle Hill. It was 40 years ago. And so, encourage you to go lunch and learn. I'm usually moving manure or something exciting, but I'm never naked. No. If you don't have a manure pile, watch slides. Okay, you can click. Where are I going to go? I don't stand in one spot.
Oh, here.
Okay, cool. Okay. Where we're going to go today, I usually do a lot about dirt, soil. I believe in soil. You know, I'm usually built. But I'm just, soil is a wondrous thing. How you build your soil. I welcome you to come to my house because I have the best. I'm cooking down. I have the best damn soil in the U.S. I grew up in South Carolina this morning, making leaves from the south. These were Queens, I'm from the Bronx. But I do it in a sustainable manner. I watch what happens around me. That is the permaculture part of it. I realize how the things grow, what grows on the edge, where everything comes, how the land nurtures the land for thousands and thousands of years. I do it without synthetics. Synthetics, I'm a 60s kid. I'm a 60s kid. I'm a 50s aging kid. Synthetics are nothing more than speed. They are speed. If you grew up in the 60s, we all know that speed kills. We're talking about something like that. We're talking about speed, drugs. They are drugs. They're not good for the land. They are detrimental. We're seeing this all over the world. I stay away from pesticides and herbicides. Monsanto is selling you something that World Health Organization says causes cancer. Because it's too damn lazy to go down and pull weed out of the ground. So when you buy this stuff, it's going to be less cancer. It's going to do kidney damage to our children. No, this is wrong. I am a fanatic on this. Believe me. You did, Craig, the first day, compost. I use cover crops. I use manures. I turn on the plants. I grow my food chemical free. It's important to be in good health. But organics get misused too often. So I recycle whatever I can. I have a 38-year-old John Deere tractor that I haul wood with. Things get repaired, they get reused. They don't go to the dump. Same thing with whatever goes back into my soil. I turn it over. I don't want unnecessary waste filling up our landfills. This is wrong. This is the one planet we have. You know, when you run out of pizza, you call up Domino's and you order another one. You ain't gonna call up Jesus and order another planet. Trust me on this. He's not gonna do that. So, this protects our own. If you come to my house, want to spend time with me, I've had organic farmers come, gardeners come and spend time. Like, okay, this is what we do. Here in Georgia, we have to look to find ways to get more nitrogen in. But not 10-10-10. Nitrogen that breaks down slowly in the soil. My plants don't jump up out of the ground, but they are dark green. I know by reading a plant that if it's dark green, it has all the nitrogen it needs. I know it is healthy. I know that my plants are healthy because they grow well and they live themselves when they're attacked by an insect or a disease. They do pretty well. They kind of take care of themselves. It's just this. And sometimes you have to buy some of this stuff. But you need to put in whatever you can and try to make sure you can find someplace that has a safe product. And that's really hard. We're finding more and more of our products that we buy from the stores have an element in them that represses seeds from germinating. It's part of what happens. I used to haul manure. I used to haul about 35 truckloads of manure from the farmer down the street from me. He started putting some chemical onto his pasture lot, and nothing in my garden would germinate from seed. So I had to stop doing that. I was talking to Alan's wife yesterday. She's using soy meal or cottonseed meal to on her blueberries, both at your house and at one of the gardens. And they cost. You can use things like that and get away from the chemicals at 10-10-10s and all the speed. This is kind of the cycle that I see how we live. You probably had a gentleman here a couple of weeks ago who taught you gardening. He taught how to farm, I think. I plant close. I use this systematic. Some of my stuff comes back year after year because I use seeds that are open pollinated. You can buy those. You don't have to buy seeds that are hybrids. I compost, I build my soil. My soil is what makes my garden grow. It is the organic part of everything that I do, everything that the plants do. There's a lot of research that proves that these foods are actually a little bit better for you. They have more going for you. But this is a cycle. You have a you can click, the next one's it, where we're gonna go. You can see what it looks like. It's a cycle that builds all together. I plant close. My wife family is upstate New York farm family, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law, all the way I planted their apples. You can't grow everything that way. Sure, I can do that. But I'm not going to use your 10-10-10. I'm not going to use it. This is not what I'm about. I grow it close, and I know what I'm doing, and it works really, really well. Less land use, less water use. When I grow like this, they shade each other, they keep the weeds from coming up, and it all works. I use a lot of cover crops right now. I have a large area covered with rape seed. In the United States, we call it canola. It's the only country in the world I know what they call canola. It's rapeseed in the rest of the world. Even in Canada, it's rapeseed. That's the most white rural country in the world. I use kale, I use turnips, because I'm going to turn them under. I also use clover.
I didn't do that.
It's magical, it's okay.
Should I go back?
No, we never go back. So I use clover, I use the vetch, I use buckwheat in the summertime, I use marigolds. I eat those marigolds, so why not use these? I like marigolds. But they repel also. I use kale and turnips, I use beans and radishes. Like some of these Japanese variety of radishes, which have a very, very deep root, they pull out the nutrients out of the subsoil. And any kind of rapeseed or oilseed soy all works. They protect my land from erosion. They tie up some of the nutrients, so when I put it back in, it's going to go and it's going to get it to the ground. I have experimented with growing in the middle of the rows as I plant. And that has worked for me. But it's fall that I do most of this. But as soon as I take something out, I put it in the buckwheat in the summertime. Boom. And it is so nice because I go up to this buckwheat flower and everywhere. There's like 5,000 bees there. Just like, oh man, just thank you. And they're Italian bees, so they're very gentle and kind and very nice. Don't ever buy Russian bees. They're not kind. I don't know how Putin managed that. Okay. What you're looking for is OMRI on this box. And it stands for Organic Materials Review Institute. That's what you need to see. USDA is good, but you want the OMRI. Yesterday, I pulled the last of my carrots out of my garden. This is February 18th. The last of my carrots came out. I still have kale. I still have cabbage. Broad sweet potatoes, of course, they're in storage. You know, my lettuce. Well, I hated losing my lettuce, but I was in Antarctica, so. I lost my lettuce. You know, it wasn't really my fault. I was in Antarctica. My quest is to go all the continents. But look for things that you can, and you're going to see a slide or a thing here, where you're going to grow things one after another. You pull something out, you put something back in. You just keep it going, keep it going, and keep it going. You do this, you reduce the size of your garden. You don't need to take up as much space. And you know, for many of you, you don't have the luxury that I do of living on acreage.
Do you ever let a Bengal cow?
So what?
Do you ever let a Bengal cow person?
No, I have. I have friends who do that, but they do it for religious reasons, which I have never. It's Old Testament. I'm an Episcopalian, New Testament. But there is an Old the opposite in Bruce. The color thing really doesn't work. Unfortunately, I don't have a good source for them, so I find them to be rather expensive. Followed by beans. Some of the beans I eat, some of them I can, some I just turn under. And kale and turnips. Successive planting thing. I need one more. Yeah. I don't know how long it took me to get these arrows in the right place. I hope you're impressed. But yeah, we eat lots of cabbage, we eat lots of broccoli. We had broccoli soup 2 nights ago. I eat what I grow. And that's what you need to do if you're going to be serious about it. You need to eat it. And you, again, we're almost like homestead type people in how we manage. And snap beans and mine, I can grow peanuts. I think I eat too much in New York sometimes. Tomato, eggplant. I got a kick out of Reeves the other day talking about being in Cuba and seeing eggplants, and they were spraying with nicotine. I finally, about 3 years ago, I found out how to grow eggplant without it being eaten up. So I used to put aluminum foil under it, and that would keep the bugs from coming up. I have a friend who spends a lot of money on a horse farm, and she brings me old broken down wheelbarrows. Now I grow them up in wheelbarrows to leave those from eating them. So, but yeah, rotation. If you're approaching 70 like me, you might want to start writing this stuff down where I put it from year to year. It used to all stay up here, but I used to keep 1,000 kids in my mind and know who they were too, but I have a hard time keeping up with 6 beds. If you don't have soil, this is all design gardening, make your own soil. And I'm going to see 2 more slides on it, kind of breaks it down. Newspaper on the bottom. I used to tell everybody no more than 12 pieces of newspaper now. Now I no longer. Everything moves through it. Like I'm thinking, this is it. Oh, that's not going to work. It worked. But it really worked. It suppressed the seeds very. Did a great job. You can find barn litter, manure, and if you like chicken, good luck finding it anymore. You can order it online and have it delivered to Home Depot if you want to do that. Compost. Pete wants a minor back. That's okay. They have it in front, so I think they're good. But you just layer. It doesn't have to be in that order. If you don't have that, then you put something else in. Just kind of get it and just do it. And this really works. And it's a very cheap one. Buying soil can be very expensive sometimes. But you have to have a lot of it. I find that peat really doesn't have much going for it. It just doesn't really seem to do much. And if you have peat, make sure you soak it, get it really wet before you put it in. Otherwise, it just seems to repel water. It just bounces off. So it's, And you want it kind of like a damp, wet sponge when you get done. It's kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, here you have that. You can see what it says. Craig talking about browns and greens and all this kind of stuff. Craig and I are good friends. And then you get something that looks kind of like that. And it works very, very well. It's kind of a cheap way to do that. Okay. Control methods. Good health, good gardening, very much the same. My college students used to get freaked out because I would always have candy up here, and if they weren't paying attention, I would lob it to bang them on the head, like, okay, dudes. My career started teaching behavioral disorder children. I built hoops around a lot of stuff. These metal hoops are really nice for low stuff, like kale, lettuce. You're gonna pop them in the ground. You're gonna put that material like that. That one happens to be Johnny, but it's available at many, many different sites. And you're gonna put these out. You're gonna have cute little hoops going out. These work down to about 29 degrees. But I use these on my beans and my squash when they first start, because I'm not so much worried about cold, but I'm worried about bugs getting in. Remember, the only way I'm going to kill those bugs is if I go out there and squash them. I'm not going to poison them. I'm going to squash them. I have nothing against bugs dying, but I just choose their end. I use these. Very, very nice. I use this. And I pop it into the ground. Looks like the dirt's about to here. And make sure you get the ones that bendable. You know, there are some that don't bend. I use those for other things. Put these in the ground. My higher crops, like my broccoli, my cauliflower, go under these. Decide how long you're going to need them for your bed. I am not preaching religion or anything, but I have found that the best time to get these cut to the size you want is Sunday morning after I go to early mass. Because they don't have anything going on at Home Depot and Lowe's. And otherwise, they will say, oh, we only do 6. Sunday morning at 9:30, I don't have anything to do. Yeah, so boom, really nice. Now these I use with that cloth. When it gets seriously cold, I go with layers of plastic. Great for broccoli, great for cabbage. So.
How do you secure that? Use clips from the?
Oh, I use yes, I use paper clips sometimes, but usually for odd things. Some of you may not be familiar with the term clothespins. Clothespins. The 80 hippies at our house actually have a clothesline, 2 clotheslines. So yes, keeps obnoxious rabbits and deer away also. And we're looking at, last year for the first time in years, we had problems with our blueberries and crows. It only happened one other year, so we're looking at that. We'll build them out of the shields out of PVC. And basically, that's what it looks like. It's really easy to do. Easy peasy, as I say.
Is this just fabric, like about fabric store?
I buy that online. It lets about 93% of light through. So I don't know if you can buy it at a fabric store.
You can't buy it at fabric store.
Okay, you cannot buy it at a fabric store. My wife would have told me that. My wife sews and makes clothes and things like that. But boom, there it is, like that. Do this, keep the early bugs off, but you know, when the squash start blossoming, you need the bees to get in. When the bees start, bees need to come in. It has to come off. But usually by then, the plant is strong enough that it will not have any problem surviving small attacks. So I would pass them all around, but I told you I taught behavior disorder students and never learned anything that could be a weapon out. Nice temperature variation. And I was absolutely amazed. One time we left the country for a month, and it was in the fall. I put my fall garden there. I left my cousin at our house, and I failed to hook up the irrigation, the drip through the one, and it was underneath the hoop. We went through, September, October, that dry period. We had very little rain. I came back and it was doing absolutely beautifully. And he got no water other than rain, and had been very dry. And I was very, very surprised. Other area that I had left uncovered, but with drip, was weedy and messy and didn't look good at all. So I really believe that this to me works. I'm not going to, kill the bugs with poison. I'm going to keep them off. They can go in. I figured Spain. I love Spain. Wondrous country. I figured that I could tell you all about organic, but I know that most of you eat, and if you're willing to poison yourself, that's really not my health problem unless you're on Medicare or Social Security, then I'm paying for you. So, boom. My son was growing up. He was growing up with these two very strange human beings. But at the end of the season, we always had tomato fights at our house. So I do understand this, because after you have 100 quarts of tomato sauce and whole tomatoes put up, it's time for tomato fights, and we used to have tomato fights at the house. So yes, I'm not far removed from this thing. Okay. Now, I love heirloom tomatoes. I really do. And I grow about 19 different varieties every year. But if you're starting out, I'm going to recommend that you take a look at this chart and all these different diseases. All these different diseases that can get your tomato. If I buy an heirloom tomato that doesn't have resistance to this, and I have a person who walks out into the garden 3, 4, 5 times a week, it's going to get sick. It's out there. About 4 years ago, the blight started in Philadelphia and went all the way past New York in 3 days. That was the year they were getting $40 a pound for our organic tomatoes in New York City. I wanted to load up my truck. My food, let me go. So, you're buying tomatoes. Think about how much time, how much energy do I want to spend? You get shots growing up. You get shots when you get old. You make sure you don't get pneumonia and all these other crazy things. But some of these things come with some resistance. Now, it's up to you. Use this information or not use this information. But some of these tomatoes are really quite good. It happens to be a celebrity tag there. Celebrity is a good quality tomato. It's been around over 40 years. It's a good tomato, but it has a lot of resistance. Some of the heirlooms don't have this resistance. If you're gonna go out like me, check it every day or two. Eat every day. I'm OCD as hell. Boom. This is something for you to consider. Same thing with cucumbers. I ordered cucumbers the other day. I went on the catalog and did my ordering. Yeah. Bush pickle hybrid has no resistance to anything. Do I really want to do that? No, not really. I think I ordered salad mush and maybe Eureka. Diva was kind of, like I always wanted a Diva, but but these are kind of things. Think about it. what you want. Do you want these resistances? Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind losing it, okay. That's fine. That's up to you. That's a choice. Success or failure can do this. And if you grow cucumbers, make sure you make a frame and that they grow up. You have less diseases that way also. But look at these things when you order seeds. Say, oh, okay, I'm going to build some resistance. If you're not going to spray and you're not going to use chemicals, use common sense. Okay. Healthy management is a good soil. Rotate the crop. If you're going to be an official organic gardener, you're going to have documentation that you remove your crops from. You come to my garden, I hope you will when it's going. My wife refers to it as Congo seek someday. If you will come and say, I know you have squash out there, just give me a clue. Where it is. Because I know that the squash, things that bother the squash are using their nose, their sense, to find them. So I go squash, 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 and zip, big. So I go squash, I go squash, I go squash. It is much harder for them to find. I throw a few marigolds in, I do other plants in there. I find you actually can't making sense. Oh, wow. Hey, doesn't even take to find. I like it already. I call my name. Pollinators like to move around. They do. I have never released any biological insects. I have so many bugs in my house. It's just like, oh, okay. Companion planting, I told you it's at the end. I do it. I believe in it. And it's a beneficial thing. Now, select varieties that have some kind of resistance. If you have growing tomatoes and potatoes, get rid of those. Make sure they're in the box. Tomatoes really do need adequate space. I use a lot of mulch. I don't use plastic mulch because plastic doesn't break down very well. They have some new plastic that breaks down better. But I put layers and layers of newspaper down or cardboard underneath, and then I put wheat straw on top. Oh, people get so excited when they see volunteer tomato plants come up and, yeah, you don't know what you're bringing home. Yeah, if you don't know what you're bringing home, you probably should leave it at the bar. Fertilize properly, keeps the New York sense of humor, I'm sorry. Fertilize them properly, let them grow. Organic fertilizer. I buy mine on Live, I buy mine from Gardens Alive. Prevent the pruning, take the leaves off the base. People will tell you to pinch off the tomatoes. Well, no. You do that in upstate New York. You do that in Wisconsin. We have too much sun. Spacing for tomatoes, give them space. They grow big. We used to do hoops. Now we do a lattice to ours. You know, you want to keep them off the ground. I use drip, and I mulch, and I rotate.
When you say you use lattice, what do you mean?
Oh, lattice.
Like a piece of lattice?
No, I'm sorry, yeah, that is confusing. We put in stakes, and then we take string, and it's called Florida lattice. Okay. We scribble down Florida lattice on something, and we tie them up, the plants as they grow up, so they can go about 6 feet high with the Florida lattice. We used to do cages, and we didn't like those. Then we went to the round things, didn't like those, and now we're really kind of happy with something called Florida lattice. Florida lattice, yeah, we like that. Just a way of doing it. It's almost like you would do raspberries. That kind of mess. Blossom end route. I'm just going to show you some things that happen to your tomatoes. Those types. If you see this happening, It comes and you just spray it with some lime solution on there, and it will go. These are not really edible at this point in time. And it's just a lack of calcium in your soil. Nothing terribly bad. Maintain evening watering, maintain an even watering. This happens a lot when you get real dry, followed by real wet, real dry. This will happen. And then you have cultivars that are less susceptible to this. Cracking, again, too much rain. These tomatoes are perfectly good to eat. There's nothing wrong with them. You can eat them. They will not kill you. They just crack from too much water. You know, my wife, I love Linda. I've just been together through everything. But, you know, she is a very practical, pragmatic farm girl. And, you know, people are like, oh, you can't buy this. Well, no, you can eat this. You know, just like, it's going to be okay. Every apple doesn't have to be round and perfect. Every apple doesn't have to. It's just like, come on, guys. Sometimes 80% of apples go in the trash, but they're not perfect. Sun scald, that happens from the lack of foliage protecting them. Now, that's why we don't pull off the leaves.
Not at all? You don't pull any leaves?
No, we're tomatoes, only at the very bottom. Yeah, it's a northern line. It's a northern line. They just want to reconquer the South, and they're going to do it tomato by tomato plant. It's really scary to the farmers out there. But you get secondary mold. So. Oh. Of course, that's the trouble with the older generation. They're so intolerant, you know. Bugs do move on, get run over pesticides. This is probably early blight, late blight is probably one of the worst things that's going to happen to your tomatoes. You really need to keep an eye on it. You really need to keep an eye on it. It happens, I swear it happens overnight. The plants die within days, but there is a solution. You treat them preemptively. Okay. And it's amazing. This is the Philadelphia up through upstate New York. 3 days from Philadelphia to upstate New York. That's how fast this went through the East Coast. The spores live for at least a year in your soil. That's why we rotate. That's why we move things around. So, we're going to talk about late blight. Kind of looks like you could put it in really, really hot water, and then the whole plant just dies. You got to take that plant, and you got to take that plant, and you're not going to put it in your recycling or anywhere. You're going to put it in the trash. I put it in my trash in a plastic bag. I'm afraid that it's going to escape.
Got legs in them.
Yeah, somebody come over with the drone and they'll find me. And that's one of the reasons you don't want volunteer tomatoes popping up. You don't really know who they've been hanging out with. You just don't bring that home. Yeah, late blight, pretty much the same. You know, if you put a late blight and an early blight together in this room, I wouldn't know one from the other. They all look the same to me. I know that the next day that my plant's going to be coming out of the ground, it's going to be all dead anyway. No. Plant every 2 days. Okay, this is in your handout. These are some different types of OMRI products that have worked very well. The University of North Carolina Extension Agency, they're farmed in the north of Asheville, have done a lot of research on these, and these have been working. But these are preventives. If it hits, don't even bother. Don't waste your money putting this on it. You know. Copper fungicide works. Now, copper fungicide is something that I use with caution. I don't use it every time. I go back and forth and use different chemicals. Copper fungicide has obviously copper in it, but this is a type of copper that breaks down in soap solution very, very rapidly. So it's not a terrible thing. I use it about every other time. And so, but it works for a range of things: black spot, fruit spot, downy mildew, fruit rot, late blight. But it's mine. So you want to use that, and then you have that information there. So it's something that works. I only find it online. So if you're going to look for it, find it online. Tomato worms. If you grow cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, you're going to fall in love with dipel. This stuff really works. Preventive. Again, it is preventive. I buy it in powder and I mix it in water and I spray it. I spray it on cabbage. I spray it on broccoli, on cauliflower. You could spray it on kale, but I don't. I'm always suspicious of kale because I don't know any bugs that eat it. So I'm always kind of wondering about me. But it's one of those kind of weird things. When you put it on, yes, ma'am.
I can't see the name you're talking about.
Oh, dipel? Dipel, yes. D-I-P-E-L. Or,
okay.
yeah, or BT for the
Thank you.
real name. If you see this little critter out there eating hornworm out there, hi, how are you? Good. Come in. I have that problem, but I've gotten over used to it, so it's okay. But you see this guy out there? He's a hornworm. But all those little things, wasps, it's laid his eggs in him, and they're all baby wasps coming out, and they're eating him up on from the inside out. So he's going to suffer horrible, terrible death. But if you have sons or a really interesting wife, it's really neat to go out there with a pair of scissors and cut them in half because they just, all the green goo comes out of them. It's just so cool. It's so cool. It is totally gross, but if you spend 9 years teaching behavior disordered boys, you're kind of into this. So it's real cool. Potato worms, the same thing. We wander around at night, and my son had a job. We used to have a Kmart in town. He had a job working in the garden section, and the guy came in and wanted something to kill the potato worms, and I said, well, you just go out and you squash them. The man said, no, I want something to kill them. I said, well, at our house, my mom and dad and I, we all just go outside and we squash them after dinner. And the guy obviously knew he was talking to a crazy person. And he looked at me and said, I want something to kill them. I want poison. My son didn't even know they had poison. So, yeah.
How early do you put that on your broccoli?
Oh, third, fourth week, really early. Yeah. Some of my friends have kind of gotten used to getting organic food from us and realized that it comes with protein too. So, not everybody has a sense of humor, but if you're an organic person, you'll survive. And a little more. Neem oil is something I use occasionally. I've never been. I think neem works better on funguses than on bugs. But I go back and forth with Serenade and the copper. Serenade, also online. And then Sparac. All those seem to work. But as I told you, North Carolina, folks tell us this. I make some of my own fertilizer, of course. Sometimes I use this list. Sometimes I don't use this list. I use whatever I have. Kelp, you can buy kelp. You can buy kelp at online. The big boxes are kind of useless to me sometimes. They don't really have what I want. If you have city water, you have to let it aerate for about at least 24 hours to get the chemicals out. So yeah, we have a well, and so our water is cool. Fish emulsion, the good old Alaska stuff. I still use it. It had lost its OMRI a while back. I'm not sure if it's got back on. I use the baking soda thing for mildew and things like that. And if you use soap, just don't use the stuff that Dawn and stuff, because you don't never know what's going to be in Dawn. We use something like Castile or even Ivory, because the formulations of soap change with products. Sometimes Johnson & Johnson will find something cheaper and they'll substitute it in. And so you don't really ever have an idea. You know that Ivory and Castile is always going to be Ivory and Castile. They're not, that's their niche. So, and you got to really work it up. You can have an aerator of this. I find that to be overkill. I just take a bucket and I pour it back and forth every couple hours. I add cotton or soy meal. I buy cotton or soy meal based on what is cheapest. I have never found any difference. I have no preference. But if you want to do this, now I also do this early in the morning and with the realization that the plants are still wet. I'm working on the permaculture belief that if you pour this on while the plants are still damp early, 6:30 or so, that they will have an uptake on the undersides of your leaves. That's a permaculture thing. I would be hard to substantiate with real research, but it's a permaculture belief. So, yeah. Here's the advantages, what you got. Knocking things down really quickly, but also breaking down very quickly. If I'm going to spray, I'm going to spray late in the evening with even any of the organics, because it will break down pretty fast. I got 3 hives of bees at my house, so I don't want to kill them. And so, yeah. They can be quite toxic. I used to grow peaches at my house, and then one day I said to myself, I would put on a rain hat, and a mask, and gloves, spray it. I live off the road. You can't see my house, so I take my clothes off before I went to the house. Really scary this day. And then one day I said, why am I doing this? I said, I'm terrified of all the stuff I'm putting on this. And then you're doing this, I'm eating them. And this makes no sense. So I buy peaches that somebody else has sprayed with chemicals. I figure I get less that way. Okay, you go over, if, come July, you're supposed to pinch them off and pinch them back. Well, I save all the pinch things and squish them up with my hands, and then I spread them over my tomatoes and my cabbages and everything, and it seems to work as kind of like a companion plant, and it just scares those things away. Probably throws off their scent also. They're a bit, but they'll kill a lot of things. Okay. Neem comes from the neem tree in Africa. Insecticidal soaps work on soft insects, low plant toxicity, and no household soaps, yes. And the soap has a good thing about it. It really kind of sticks on it for a while. I use dormant oil. We have fruit trees, so we use dormant oil on the fruit trees. I do a little bit of summer oil on my apples. We have blueberries and raspberries and stuff like that, but never have needed to do anything with that. Eucalyptus, lavender. Lavender plants are another one really nice. Kind of squish up in your hand and spread around. And you yourself will smell nice. You're out in the garden this minute hours, and I'm spraying, and you're smelling nice. It's rare. Summer veggies, green beans. Love green beans. Had green beans. Had company last time. It was like, oh my God, it's green bean casserole. Squash, all sorts of. If you have little kids, grandkids, growing the little round ones that look like saucers, baked saucers, so cool. Bell peppers, cubes, okra. We do have a wonderful thing what we do with okra. Someday I should show you. We make Santa Clauses out of shells. So these are the things that grow here in the South very well. I've used all these. I like red Russian kale, but I like kale mostly. Some of the regular potatoes, red Pontiacs have the nice, easy red skin that comes off. Sweet potatoes, I simply now just go and buy Beauregards. Black beans, collards, winter squash, and I told you we ate our next to last butternut last night, so yeah, just one more. And this is from Mother Earth. It's a good magazine if you're, old hippie. Tomatoes that grow really well here in the South. Okay. Booms. Cherry tomatoes, mortgage lifters. Okay. And there's heirloom tomatoes. Okay. Let me tell you what we got in here. And you all know how to read it. So there's a lot more here, and I knew we weren't going to go there, but there's stuff that I have grown, the whole section on companion plants in here. So you may be interested. If you get really interested, a lot of these slides have more dialogue in the next section down. My email address is on here, and you can look them up. You can call me and say, oh, send me the electronic one with all this crazy stuff on it. This part is just good stuff to know. Raised bed issues, finding all the different things to read, what to look for, that's attacking your tomatoes. And then there's a whole section on using different types of organic stuff on there. There's even an organic recipe. So and there's compost tea there. I love compost tea. We drink it regularly. But it has stuff that really works. I've used virtually everything here. So this is well worth having and knowing what you're going to do. Questions? You have about 3.5 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever grown tomatillos?
Who?
Tomatillos?
No. Are they the funny little tomatoes? Yeah. I tried once and I didn't succeed. Unlike me, not to do. I'm not afraid of failure. When you teach behavior disorder boys, failure is just like an everyday occurrence. So this kind of, I'm not afraid of failing. Failing is quite cool. By the way, okay. I brought a couple odds and ends.
And we're gonna do some of our regular dark fried onions, and we'll let that stick.
Okay.